The Days of Our Lives recap for September 13th to September 17th, 2021, feature an ancient evil making its presence known, an estranged couple agreeing to share the same dwelling, a budding filmmaker striving to make his dream a reality, and so much more. Days of Our Lives recaps. Monday, September 13th. Gwen Rizchek, Emily O'Brien, imagine coming clean to her father about miscarrying her baby prior to that injurious tussle with Abigail Devereaux, Marcy Miller, when the Jack Devereaux, Matthew Ashford, of her fantasy disowns and throws her out. Gwen tells the real McCoy that she once prostituted herself to drive Snyder, Michael Lowry, and he was holding the fact against her. Ij DiMera, Dan Furical, and Sander Cook-Kyriakis, Paul Telfer, engaged in fisticuffs. Ij emerged triumphantly. Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, pleaded with Abigail Devereaux DiMera, Marcy Miller, to return home with him. Abby admitted that she's still struggling to reconcile her involvement in Gwen's miscarriage. Eventually, Chet succeeds in convincing Abby that she's needed, and wanted, in Salem. Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, was aghast when Doug Williams, Bill Hayes, failed to recall Tom and Alice Horton, McDonald Carey and Francis Reed. Couple head to University Hospital and Caleb Brady Johnson, Mary Beth Evans, prepares Doug for a battery of tests. Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, went on a charm offensive in the hopes that Marlena Evans Black, Deidre Hall, could be swayed into investing in his film. She doesn't commit. Marlena promises to speak with John Black, Drake Hokeston, and get back to Johnny. She also encourages Johnny to reach out to Will Horton, Chandler Massey, whom she reminds spent time in Hollywood peddling a script based on their mother's exploits. Days recaps. Tuesday, September 14th. Hoping to cause dissension in the ranks, Gabby Hernandez DiMera, Camila Banus, and Jake DiMera, Brandon Barash, made a show of confronting Brady Black, Eric Martseff, with the accusation that he planted the keylogger on Philip Kyriakis, J. Kenneth Johnson, then insisting that it had been Philip who put the idea in their heads. They both make a plea to Brady to take the matter up with Victor Kyriakis, John Aniston, on their behalf. After failing to tempt Chloe Lane, Nadia Bjorlin, out of the office during her lunch hour, Philip joined Ava Vitale, Tamara Braun, for a cocktail. They proceed to commiserate over the state of their complicated love lives. Chloe and Nicole Walker Brady, Ariane Zucker, discuss the former's disgust at Philip and Brady vying for her affections, and the latter's pending divorce, and her feelings for Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gearing. Bonnie Lockhart, Judy Evans, imagined Callista Lockhart, Katie Huffman, returned from the great beyond, gun in hand, ready to shoot her dead. Rafe pulls her out of her reverie. During the interrogation that followed, Rafe revealed that Callista penned a note claiming that Bonnie murdered Harrison Lord. Bonnie denied the charge. Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, encouraged Justin Kyriakis, Wally Kurth, to take Bonnie on as a client and to keep an open mind when hearing her side of things. Upon catching sight of Gabby, Jake, and Brady conversing, Philip accused his underlings of conspiring with the enemy. Justin terminated Rafe's interview with Bonnie. Duel recaps. Wednesday, September 15th. Bonnie confessed to Justin that she killed both Callista and Harrison Lord in self-defense, and that she had covered for Mimi Lockhart, who was actually responsible for David Lockhart's death. Justin promises to do everything in his power to see Bonnie freed of her murder charges. He further stuns her with his willingness to continue their romantic relationship. Gabby and Jake manage to deflect Philip's questions, and ultimately convince him that they are firmly on his side. Later, Philip makes a scene at Basic Black when he finds Brady and Chloe deep in conversation. Nicole and Rafe have an awkward cross outside the Brady pub. She lets him know that Ava relayed his admittance to having feelings for her. Rafe wonders if Nicole has similar feelings for him. She stalks off without answering. Ben Weston, Robert Scott Wilson, and Sierra Brady Weston, Victoria Conifal, are given a private tour of O'Galley Plantation. They are deeply troubled to learn of the Grand Home's true history. Days of Our Lives recaps. Thursday, September 16th. Abe Carver, James Reynolds, and Lenny Grant, Sal Stowers, dine at the Brady pub, and he broaches the possibility of one day proposing to Paulina Price. Jack Harry, Lenny gives him her blessing. Opposite this, Paulina confides in Marlena the true circumstances concerning Lanny's conception, and the decision to hand her over to Tamara Price for raising. Johnny and Will catch up via video. The conversation shifts to Johnny's interest in filming the Sami Brady story. Will agreed to send the script. The brothers discuss Sami's MIA status. Kayla administered an oral test to determine if Doug is showing any signs of dementia. He passes with flying colors, and a delighted Kayla sees no further reason to keep him in the hospital. Chanel Dupree, Braden Bowens, and Allie Horton, Lindsay Arnold, celebrate the successful opening of Sweet Bits. Their hug is witnessed by an uncomfortable Trip Dalton, Lucas Adams. Doug gropes Paulina's derriere. A mortified Julie apologizes, then approaches Kayla with the latest development in Doug's case. Kayla orders an MRI. Johnny finds Chanel, Allie, and Trip enjoying a meal together. He joins them, makes amends with Allie, then suggests that she play their mother in his adaptation of the Sami Brady story. Duel recaps. Friday, September 17, when Doug's MRI results failed to provide an explanation for his recent actions, Kayla suggests that he might benefit from a session with Marlena. She calls to make arrangements and interrupts a tense debate between Marlena and John over Johnny's proposed film project. When Itch once again presses him to accept a job at Tamara Enterprises, Johnny reveals that he's going to film the Sami Brady story. Johnny later secures some financing from Roman Brady, Josh Taylor, and Lucas Horton. Brian DiTillo, Chad and Abigail settle in at the Tamara manse. She reveals that she wants to maintain separate bedrooms. Abby and Itch share an awkward cross. Lucas pushes Kate Roberts, Lauren Koslow, to give serious consideration to reuniting with Roman. During their session, Doug admits to Marlena that he knows something is terribly wrong with him. He then claims to not be Doug at all, but instead the same devil who took possession of Marlena's soul 25 years earlier. Days of Our Lives, DOOL, airs weekdays on NBC. Check your local listings for airtimes. For more about what's coming up in Salem, check out all the latest that's been posted on Days Spoilers, and for an in-depth look at the show's history, click here. Adblock test, why?